Do you know what really gets my goat? At the moment, there are some really ugly houses on the British housing market. Bear with me, let me elucidate it for you. There's a current trend in British architecture to take these beautiful brickwork homes that have got, like, you know, bayfront windows, lovely brickwork, nice brown and red and white kind of aesthetic, and turning it into absolute monstrosities that are white and grey, and it's disgusting. Look at this white and grey thing in the middle, and then look at the lovely reds and the whites and the browns and the blacks with the houses next door to it, and then look at it. Look me in the eye and tell me that it's nicer than the houses around it. And that will not date, because it will. It's ugly, it's disgusting. I can't believe the council approved this. I can't believe you've done this. So as you can probably tell, this bothers me quite a lot. I know it's probably really stupid, but it just bothers me. I think it's really disgusting. It's ugly, and every single time I see a house like that, I have to complain about it. So originally I was gonna see if I could get it blended into the other houses, but then I put on this roof tile, and it just made me think immediately of these houses that I see around where I live and blah 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 on Zoopla. And I thought, no, I'm gonna do this. So turned it into a eco tiny house, and it's 63 by 64, so it is one tile within that categorization. I love doing a house like that. It feels kind of, you know, some people live in houses this kind of size in real life. It's not a bad size if there's only a couple of you in there as well, like 2 or 3 people. It's not the biggest, it's not the smallest, and I just really hate how it looks. Oh my goodness, it's so awful. Ugh, disgusting. But sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And all of this is base game and eco lifestyle. Eco lifestyle stuff is just stunning. I think it's probably my favourite pack in terms of the build and buy stuff. I love this kind of stuff, and I'm really excited to get the, what is it, the Happy Home Designer? Oh no, that's Animal Crossing. I'm excited to get the new game pack. I'm gonna get it when it's on sale, but I will get it at some point. And oh my goodness, the news about the new expansion pack coming, and it's gonna be like English countryside or something. I'm not sure how I feel about it too much, because it does look like it's gonna be quite posh countryside. And yeah, I'm not really feeling that, because I am from English countryside. More of a traditional agricultural area, and it does kind of frustrate me that there's this whole idea of, you know, the English countryside being picturesque and perfect when it's actually incredibly gentrified, and people whose families who've lived here for generations and hundreds of years are being pushed out because property is just becoming so expensive. And I know that that's projecting a lot of my own issues and, you know, concerns onto a Sims game. But yeah, I think it's just gonna make me a little bit sad. But it looks pretty from the very little that we've seen so far. It looks like the kind of pack that I would be very, very interested in and would love playing and kind of live vicariously through. Isn't that what The Sims is all about? Living vicariously through a game, whether that be creating your dream house or going on a murder spree, becoming a career criminal, you know, defrauding the land grabs or Don Lothario. Whatever you want to do, you can do. If you want to kill people with a machete or run down with a motorcycle, you know, extreme violence is here for you. If you want to own a strip club, Wicked Whims is here for you. And if you just want to be a little bit normal, basic and boring, EA is here for you. I did struggle with the layout of this a little bit because I wanted it to be a 2-bed, 1 double bed and 1 single bedroom, so that it could be kind of like a parent and a child, or maybe a couple and one of their siblings, something like that. I did put a teddy bear in the room because that was kind of what I was going for. But They could be anything really. I really struggled with the patio doors there. It didn't give me enough space, so by removing those I got more space for a better sofa, and I actually managed to get a dining room table in there as well. Only around one side, but one side is better than nothing. I struggled so much with the windows here. I think the Eco Lifestyle has gorgeous windows. I just personally don't know how to use them very well at all. So it was wall height 2, so I ended up just getting the big windows and giving it a big window wall, which I think actually ended up working quite well, even though they're overlooking the neighbours. If you're anything like me and my mother, you love to be in other people's business. Like, we never talk to our neighbours, but we like to know what's going on. So these windows would be perfect for us. I wanted to keep it as black and white and grey as possible to go over the outside of the house. I think it's tasteless, ugly, already starting to date. But that was the point of this build. That was what I wanted to do anyway. I wanted to do this awful, ugly British style. It's almost like these architects and these builders are trying to be almost Scandinavian with it, but they just miss the mark so badly. It's just, oh, it's disgusting. It's not even fun ugly. You know how some McMansions in the States are ugly but they're fun ugly? Or early 2000s fashion is ugly but it's fun ugly? No, this is not fun ugly. This is the new beige. This is the new brown. And I see a lot of like browns in American houses, because obviously we have loads of American TV shows over here in the UK. We're part of the American cultural empire, obviously, like most of the rest of the world. But being British, I shouldn't really complain about that because we're almost as bad nowadays still. Anyway, so yeah, I see a lot of the browns and the terracottas and, you know, the quote-unquote neutrals that Americans try to use in their houses. And I think that's way worse. But this black and grey and white is still really ugly. There's no character or personality, and it just really bugs me. Every single time I see it in real life, I don't like it. But I think it ends up working okay in this house. It's not the prettiest thing. I will not be playing here, but you know. And now, as you can see, I'm just having the time of my life in debug. Every single time I get debug items out, I just get so excited because there's just so much in there that's just so random. Like the environmental objects, like the houses and the whatevers, are just beautiful. But for this house, I used debug flowers and plants to keep the cost down, because it did go just over 30,000. If you're starting with free sims, I think 30,000 is I think that's what you may get, unless you do the story mode and you end up getting like way more. I love the story mode in Cass, by the way. Can I just say, I love it. I think it's really fun. Because I struggle to give my Sims personality. I'm a very basic gameplay player. So I like to have those kind of guidelines of what their personality might be with regards to their aspirations and their characteristics. I really like it. And I think the kind of people that would live here would be people who are like mean. Maybe in their athletic career. Maybe in the salary person career, or surveyor, something like that. In keeping with trying to keep it eco-friendly, we've got the water collector in the back garden, and also got the what are they called? Solar panels on the roof, and a wind turbine on the roof as well. I think that also looks quite good, but I do just love that roof pattern. I think it's really nice. But I'm a very simple builder when I do build. I've tried bigger builds before, and I've ended up keeping them as shells, because I find furnishing very overwhelming with that kind of thing. Also, that's why I've kept this one just base game and eco lifestyle, because stylistically it's so much easier to keep in line for me personally. I know some people have a great eye for interiors and they know exactly what items to use where and which swatch. I just don't have an instinct for that. So when I do builds, I try to keep just the base game and one particular pack, and that's just for my own convenience. So if you ever want to download any of my builds, they're on the gallery under my username of Ellie Crossing, all one word. And that's what it ends up looking like. I think it's cute. Called it Tiny Eco Home, and it's ready for three Sims to come and play. And it just really, you know, that's my hatred of British black, white, and grey houses fulfilled. I hate it, but God, I had fun. Okay, thank you for watching. Abyssinia.